Hello, hello. Welcome to the Maker Studio Facebook page. I am so glad you guys joined me here this morning. So I'm Cheryl. I create over on the Home of My Making Facebook page, but I'm here today on the Maker Studio Facebook page to show you a really fun project. So as you guys hop on, let me know where you're watching from. And don't forget, tag 3 friends and share this tutorial down in the comments section and you will be in the giveaway for the stencil that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start today with a stencil. Now I love all the background stencils, and the background or the pattern stencils is just an all over look. There's no words on them. So I love incorporating these into a bunch of fun projects. This particular stencil is called the Floral Damask stencil, and it is a 12 by 12 inch stencil. As you can see, it has a lot of detail in there, which will show up on your projects. Because it is a tri-mesh adhesive stencil, you get a lot of detail in it. So let me show you what I'm going to do with this today. So I found this wooden frame at Hobby Lobby. It is a big frame. The center is an 8 by 10, but this is like a 13 by 15 inch frame. So here's what I'm going to do with this frame today. I am going to take some of our gel stain in the English Walnut. Love, love, love this color. So what I like to do is I just transfer it to a little cup, and that's only because it's just easier for me to work out of. So I'm going to take some of this stain and I'm going to take an angled foam brush. So this is a gel stain. It is a water-based stain, so it's even the smell is kind of citrusy. So you could use it in your home and it's not going to be all an odor that you can't stand. So I'm just going to rub it on this wood frame, and then I'm going to go back over it, and I'm going to just take a lint-free rag and get any of the excess stain off of the surface. So just have a lint-free rag right here. And you could buy them at the store. I actually just prefer to cut my husband's old t-shirts up after I wash them. And that's truly what I use. So I love this stain because see how it shows the wood grain. So unlike our one-step paints, that would have an opaque finish and it wouldn't show the grain. So for this project, I'm just going to use the gel stain to pick up the look of the wood. I'm just going to go around. I did leave the center paper in there because I needed to catch all the excess when I go like this, but I'll pull that out. So I didn't take it out yet because I figured it would be a good thing in there just to catch all the excess stain as I do the inside of that. So again, just going over the whole entire thing. And this is a really huge surface. Okay, so let me just go over this. I might have to hit it on the inside lip again to see if I got it all on the inside. I love working with the stains. Don't be intimidated by stains in your creations. It's obviously you could use the stain on your wooden furniture if you're a furniture refinisher, but if you're just a crafter like me, I use it on a lot of my projects. It just kicks them up a notch. Definitely kicks it up a notch. So just trying to get into my corners. The foam brush, because it has a lot of give on it, allows me to just squish it into the corners. So here's what I'm doing. Just gonna wipe that off. And let me just go around the edge of this to make sure that I got it on the whole entire surface. Before I actually came on this live, I did do the back. So I got the back ready to go. I just want to finish off the sides of this surface. So again, if you just hopped on, My name is Cheryl and I create over on the Home Am I Making Facebook page. But I'm here today and I'm showing you how to incorporate the Floral Damask pattern stencil into a project. So what I did is I found this picture frame at Hobby Lobby, and now I'm just staining it with our gel stain in English Walnut. I am going to now take this and go around. I did do the back of it already, so I just have to make sure I got all edges and also all little crevices. There's a lot going on the edge of this wood, and that's why I like to use these angled foam brushes, because it pretty much pushes in to the different levels of the frame. Okay, so I think I might have gotten the whole entire frame. And then I did the back already, as you can see. So let me just wipe over it one more time, get all the excess off, make sure I got it on all my little cracks and crevices. And that is all it takes to use the gel stain. Simple and easy. I love, love, love using it in my creations. Especially when I have a wooden piece like this and I don't want to hide the wood grain. I want to sometimes accentuate the wood grain instead of using a one-step paint or a chalk-based paint that has full opaque coverage. So again, that was the gel stain in the Amy Howard at Home brand in the English Walnut. I love the richness already that it's given this project, which was a simple unfinished wood frame. I am going to hit it with a heat gun. Now this is a water-based stain, so it's going to dry pretty quick, but because I'm on a live, I do want it to get all dried before I go on to the next part of the project. But normally, if you're sitting at home, you would just walk away from this and just let it air dry. It does dry pretty quick. So if you're just hopping on, welcome, welcome, welcome to Maker Studio Facebook page. Let us know where you're watching from. And also, don't forget to tag 3 friends in the comments below and share this tutorial, and you will be in the giveaway for this Floral Damask stencil. So see all that yummy goodness in there, all the different detail. I love the pattern stencils because they have no words in them, but you could use them as a background or even for what I'm going to do now. Now, if you're new to the Maker Studio line of stencils, these are a tri-mesh adhesive stencil. So they do come in this little sleeve. There's a little cardboard backing. Keep that in there because that's where you're going to want to store your stencils after you clean them. So tri-mesh adhesive stencils. There is a little backing on the back of this stencil, and it's adhesive. So pull it off. Again, you want to keep this backing too, because when you're done cleaning the stencil, you would put it back on that backing and slide it right back into the sleeve, and you will be good to go for your storage of your stencils. So what I want to do here is I am going to just put this stencil just like that on here. Now, for the look that I'm going for, I don't want that pattern all on the whole entire frame. So I'm going to put it in different places by doing this. So I'm going to take the Amy Howard at Home one-step paint in the Bauhaus buff. Now, I love this color. It's a white, but it's not a bright white. So I use it a lot in a lot of my projects over on the Home Am I Making page. I do put it in a little container. Again, I like working out of a little container just so that I can, even if I was to get this messy from being a sloppy painter, meaning I get the edges, I could throw this little container out when it's all empty. And then it saves my container from getting all glopped up. But if you're neat, all you have to do is keep your lid clean. So I'm going to take a foam dome brush, which these products that I'm using, they are listed up in the tutorial or up at the description section of this tutorial. So if you want to check out any of these projects, all the links are up there. Again, if you're just hopping on, also don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this tutorial. So I'm going to just take a little bit of this one-step paint. I am going to offload it. Now, for the look that I'm going for, I'm only going to hit this stencil in certain places because I don't want the total damask look going on this whole entire frame. I'm going to pick and choose certain sections, and I'm not going to do the whole thing. Okay? Now, if you want the whole pattern, you would obviously take your foam dome brush and you would be able to cover the whole entire stencil, but that is not the look. I just wanted to like peek out like it's almost worn off there. And another thing that I'm doing is I'm not covering totally the whole stencil in each section with the paint. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you what I meant. It's just on certain areas, as you can see. And that is the look I'm going for. I did not want it to be totally covered. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take it over here and add some more stencil. And then I will transfer it to the bottom. So let me take this, and then I'll just put that on there also. Lay it on there gently. Make sure that it is burnished into your stencil. And again, I'm just going to get certain areas of it. And then I will lift it up and finish this corner. So the look that I was going for is I did not want it to be totally covered with this particular pattern. So I wanted it to look like it was exactly how it is in different segments. So again, this particular stencil right now how you're going to maintain these stencils is you would go wash this under a sink. All that product that is in there needs to come out. So I have a water bath here, and what I like doing while I do a live or a project, because I'm not going to get up and go to the sink, I just put it in a water bath. And what that means is just a bowl of water so that none of this dries in it while I'm doing the project. So I have that sitting right there. Now you would get up and go wash it and then dry it sticky side up. And then when it's totally dry, put it back onto this little cardboard piece and slide it back into the sleeve of the wrapper, and that's how you would keep your stencils new. So here's what I have on here. So I just wanted it to be an all over, not an all over pattern, just bits and pieces like it's been rubbed off. So again, if you wanted the total pattern, you would just move it and do the whole entire thing. So I am going to hit this with a heat gun because I want to pull out the insert, that paper that came with it, to show you how I'm just going to kick it up just one more notch. Again, if you just hopped on, I got this frame at Hobby Lobby. I did take it and stain it with the gel stain in the English Walnut. Then, with a foam dome brush, I took the Amy Howard at Home Bauhaus Buff paint, and I just hit certain parts of the stencil. Okay, so that dried it. So let me go ahead and pull out that particular piece of paper in that frame that it came with. That also acted as a barrier so that I can stain it at the time, and it only got on the paper. So I want to remove that. Let me see if I can get that out. Again, don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this tutorial. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to remove that. And this is the little cardboard that came with this. So I just went ahead very simply and printed or stenciled this piece of, it's called your watercolor paper. I couldn't think of that. So I'm going to put that on here, in here. But the first thing I'm going to do is, because I have this little piece of wood that came out, I'm going to be able to cut this and use this as a guide to cut out the size that I needed. Now again, I just took one of our other stencils and some black gel art ink and just stenciled on a piece of watercolor paper. So since I needed it 8 by 10, I'm using that background piece of cardboard that is in the frame as a kind of like a guide to be able to cut out my piece of watercolor that I did another stencil on. So watch how simple this decor piece is going to turn out. Now, if you have a picture that you want to put in that frame, that's great. But I did just take another stencil and some watercolor paper, some black gel art ink, and our stencil that was the from the pack that has God is a refuge, strength, very present, help in trouble, and then with God all things are possible. So you get both of those stencils in this pack. So watch how this is going to look. Just going to put that in there. Simple, simple. So that's the thing with these stencils. You can literally make your own artwork. I think I have to trim it just a little bit. Let me just trim it, get my line a little straight. And then I could put it right into that frame. So what do you guys think? Simple and easy, right? Nothing like making your own decor pieces. And there's endless possibilities with the stains and the paints and the gel art ink. I'm going to put that back in there. Let me just turn it over to make sure that it's right. It is. I'm going to push these little pieces down, and we have ourselves a really cute decor piece. What do you guys think? Isn't that fabulous? Isn't that fabulous? So again, I just took a standard unfinished piece of wood and kicked it up a notch. It happened to be in the shape of a frame. I also took another stencil that had words on it, and there you go. What do you guys think? Isn't that simple? So remember, it just started out as an unfinished piece of wood in the shape of a frame. So think about this. You could do this with a lot of other surfaces. And again, the look that I was going for is, if you look really close, it just looks like it's kind of worn with the stencil not being an all over pattern. And then I just took a piece of watercolor paper that I stenciled on also with a Bible verse. So I hope you enjoyed this project. It was fun to create. It's a great piece. And again, if you're going to ask me where this came from, this was from Hobby Lobby. So thank you guys. So don't forget, tag 3 friends and share this tutorial. Also, all of the products used in this particular project are up there in the description section. So it's all there so you can see it. So thank you for joining me here on the Maker Studio Facebook page. I'm Cheryl from over on the Home I'm Making Facebook page. If you want to see more tutorials done with the Maker Studio projects, join me over there. So have a great day, guys, and I hope this inspired you.